Hello, this is Dr. John Pepper, and I want to thank you for joining us here. This is our second part on our women's health hormone balance with our boosters and busters, and today we're going to be talking about women's health boosters. So if you missed the first segment, you can go onto YouTube and just type in Women's Health Busters, and it'll bring up the video there under my name, Dr. John Pepper. So with that, let's get started. The first thing that I want to talk about today for women's health boosters are your vitamin D levels. And vitamin D has really been in the spotlight for the last 5 to 10 years, and for good reason, because we used to just think that it was for bone health, and now what we're finding out that vitamin D, as we refer to it, it's actually a hormone, and it affects every cell in your body, and especially women's hormones. It's going to affect these levels. And what we found whenever we test people through their blood for their vitamin D levels, I find that the majority of people are very low, even people that are out in the sun all day. And a recent research study that came out showed that people, or especially women, that have vitamin D at their optimal levels have a chance of slashing their breast cancer rates by 90%. And this is huge. So this is definitely an area that you want to look at, and either check with me if you need to get these levels tested, or your doctor to get these levels tested. And ideally, on your blood work, these numbers should be between 50 and 70. Now, if you do have a chronic disease like cancer or diabetes, then you may want to have those numbers up closer to 70 and 100. So this is a very important aspect. And again, one of the other things that I see a lot of people have been what I call brainwashed into thinking that the sun is bad, and they're putting on sunscreen before they ever get out in the sun. And really, you need at least 15 to 30 minutes a day of full exposure to the sun to get these vitamin D levels up where they need to be. So the second point I want to talk about is healthy liver support. And most people, really don't think about their liver until you have enzymes that show up out of range on your blood work. But by the time this has happened, things are very far progressed. And the liver can actually get very congested before it actually shows up on blood work. And the relationship this has with women's hormones, and hormones for any matter, for men or women, is that the liver is what is responsible for breaking these hormones down and getting them out of your body. So if the liver is congested, these hormones are going to back up and get out of balance and create a lot of issues. So some of the simple things that you can do to support your liver, and I recommend doing it just as a maintenance and preventive step. Number one is the foods that you're eating. Cruciferous vegetables are one of the best things for the liver. And these are things like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. And you can pull up lists online. There's probably over 20 of these vegetables. And I would recommend having them at least in a couple of your meals every day. The other thing, as far as supporting the liver, is from an herbal perspective. And some of my favorite herbs to work with on supporting the liver are milk thistle, dandelion, bupleurum, just to name a few. The other thing, you want to make sure you're not being exposed to any unnecessary chemicals, toxins, or unnecessary drugs that you don't need to be taking. So this is where we work at with liver support. The next area I want to look at is making sure you're having some healthy stress reduction techniques in place. One of the biggest ones, and I would say you want to have multiple techniques, not just one, because each of them are going to affect you a little bit differently. The first one I would say is make sure you're exercising regularly. This is a great way to reduce stress. The next one is spending some time every day in either meditation or prayer. Recent research has shown how effective this is in helping to balance your hormones, whether it's your female hormones or stress hormones. Some other methods that we utilize at our office are acupuncture, massage, and chiropractic, and these are very effective at relieving stress that gets built up in your body. So the next and the last point that I want to bring up is making sure you're getting plenty of healthy oils and fats in your diet or through supplementation. The most common one that we always start with, and it's basically the foundation, is omega-3 fatty acids. And these are what are found in your fish, and a lot of your raw nuts like walnuts. And basically we don't get enough of these in our diet, so most people find that they do need to supplement with these. And I find that most people benefit from about 2,000 to 3,000 units a day, or milligrams a day, of omega-3 fish oil. The next one that we find that's very common or helpful is just making sure you're getting plenty of raw nuts and seeds in your diet. And these make a great snack in between meals. It also helps to balance your blood sugar out. And again, you're getting these healthy oils for your body. And the importance of this is that the body needs these oils and fats to actually build the hormones with. So if you're on a low-fat or no-fat diet, you're robbing your body of what it needs to build these actual hormones with. And then there are some special nutrient oils that we use if somebody is having some problems with their hormones, such as black currant seed oil or evening primrose oil. And these are very helpful in hormone production. And then the last one that a lot of people either have had a lot of myths, what I would say are brainwashed or deceived, are making sure you're getting plenty of healthy saturated fats. And one of the best sources of this is coconut oil. Again, very healthy, and it's actually been shown to prevent or reverse heart disease. So these are the tips that I found most helpful for women's health hormone balancing. And if you do have problems with your hormones, what I always recommend is having some testing done to see where these problems are stemming from. And you've got a couple of options. One would be having some blood work done. The other is getting this tested through saliva. Now, when you have blood work done, it's actually testing the bound or inactive form of the hormone. Whereas when you're doing saliva testing, it's the active or unbound form. And that's why I prefer, when we're doing hormone testing, to check these through the saliva. And also it's much more convenient because you can do it at home. So if we do find where there are some problems with the hormone levels or imbalances, there's some great herbs that are out there. There's also a number of different bioidentical hormones that are very safe and effective to use in order to get your hormones back in balance. So again, I want to thank you for tuning in on this video today, and be happy, be healthy, be well.